Hey, what is going on, guys? GrungeLab Gaming back here, and in today's video I wanted to go over the audio bugs in Apex Legends. Just a quick video going over how they work in Apex Legends right now, and also how to use them to your advantage. I see way too many people, along with myself, getting snuck up behind and completely lasered from behind, not even hearing a full team roll up on me. There are some things you can do in your settings as well, and basically just go over your master volume and you can turn the sound effects all the way up, but then again, gunfire will be loud, things like that. So I'll be going over all of that in Apex Legends right now. First, I notice a lot of people have been banging on Apex Legends and its audio since the release of Season 8, and even towards the end of Season 7 when they released the last update for Season 7, that's when the audio kind of went bad, and I've heard they've tried to fix it in some patches, and they only really made it worse, and they haven't really been able to fix it at this moment in time. Now, there are a couple things you can do in your settings, like I mentioned before, just going in and turning up your sound effects. Now, that won't work every time either. You have to be very smart on how you turn up your sound effects, because then you might not be able to hear other things. So the settings is a little bit of a hassle. So I'm going to go over the updates right now we have on sound and how it's going to be fixed. And then I'll be talking about how to make it less of a pain in Apex Legends to have this audio bug. First, since the pro players aren't really complaining about it, that is when Apex will actually do something. This isn't really an exploit that people can exploit. I mean, it's just audio, and sometimes people can hear you, and sometimes you will actually be dead silent running up behind someone. It is just that funny. I have a couple times when I've just snuck up behind two people because they didn't even hear me. It's kind of been crazy, and it can happen in Apex Legends at this moment in time. The devs have been pretty quiet on it. We've seen a little bit of it in the patch notes coming out, especially when we got the Arenas patch, so technically a post-Season 9 patch, and that's actually been it. They've tried to tweak a couple things. It hasn't really gotten any better, but it really hasn't gotten any worse. It's gotten worse in a couple areas, and they've seemed to fix some audio, but the devs won't get on this because this is truly an invisible exploit. I mean, no one can really see the audio in Apex Legends. Now, there is a couple things you can do, especially if you are on PC. Now, this is basically how to abuse it now. I'm sure they'll keep rolling out patches trying to fix it over time, but I don't think they'll be releasing any big patches for it, especially since last time they tried to fix it, they made it way worse. So I think that is what they are going to do, since it seems like they don't really play test their games before they release them. So basically, on PC, you can get a setting to hear the footsteps behind you, and a little message will pop up on screen. I'm not sure if console has this, but I know PC has this, where it will tell you footsteps behind you, right, footsteps to the left of you, right, and you might not be able to hear it, but the game will be able to pick it up, because that's just how screwed up it is. It knows there's supposed to be audio there, but there isn't. Now, a good alternative, if this is like really bugging you, is Wraith. Her passive is pretty good to combat this. If someone is targeting you, and that means from behind as well, you will get an alert that someone is targeting you, so that's another way to go about it. I know it's only one legend, but it is a legend that actually compensates for audio loss. Now, you can also use this to your advantage. I mean, anything put in the game by the developers, exploit, I mean, it was meant to be used, whether you want to justify it being an exploit, or you can just say, I mean, the developers put in messed up audio, right? Why not use it to your advantage? This is very good for sneaking up on teams. Rotation behind teams has never actually been easier with this new bug. Now, some people have like no problems. It's all about where it is. I don't know if it's regional on maps or anything, but I notice it will be very easy to sneak up on people, especially if the ring is short and you're being guarded and you know there's a team but their backs are turned. This is super easy to sneak up on them and the third party. Now, my last tip for kind of abusing the audio, if you have a legend that makes really loud noises, that's another thing to do. If you have a Gibby ult, Bangalore ult, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but sometimes you can actually hear these way across the map. It is insane. If you are trying to distract someone and get around them, throwing one of these somewhere you're not going would be great, because it almost deafens them and they can't hear your footsteps, whether you're trying to sneak under them and they're on a bridge and things like that. Definitely make sure to use that to your advantage. The audio is honestly at its all-time best if you were going for one of these tactics where your mic will only hear one thing at a time and it can't really hear footsteps through these ultimates. And that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Huge thank you to my subscribers and channel members. Hopefully you're all having a great day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye guys.